Hey everyone, this is DyanaRozay. Welcome to my channel. I'm bringing you guys a commentary and recap for Married to Medicine, Season 9, Episode 12. It was called The Streets Are Talking, but y'all, the streets are heavenly and quad, okay? If you missed my last review, go ahead and check it out. It's pinned in the comment section. And please, you guys, hit your like, subscribe, and that notification bell. That'll help push me up in the algorithm so that others can find me. And as always, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. So let's get started. So you guys, these social media streets are talking, and people are saying that Toya put a quote-unquote hit on Anilia's house and had it burglarized. I put out a poll 3 days ago asking if you guys thought Toya had anything to do with it. 755 of you guys voted, and of that, 75% of y'all said no. There's been quite a few celebrity home invasions, including Mariah Carey in Atlanta, and Anilia just got caught up in the mix. 19% of y'all said you were unsure if Toya had anything to do with it, but you weren't cool with Quad starting the rumor. And 6% of y'all said that you did believe that Toya had something to do with it, and you believe that she was seeking revenge for the rumors that's being spread about her sleeping with one of her neighbors. So the show opens up exactly where it left off at Anilia's house. Y'all, look how big this house is. They said that they had a lazy Sunday and then they were out and about. They returned home at 9 p.m. When they walked in, I'm assuming everything looked fine. They didn't mention anything was out of place, and they came in with their kids. They went upstairs, and that's when Anilia said every cabinet door in her upstairs was open. They had been ransacked. And her husband said he called 911 from there. Now, they shared at the time of the burglary, they didn't have their cameras on, okay? They live in a gated community. They have a guard, but they did not turn on their cameras. They also did not volunteer the point of entry that the burglar took. So did they break a window? Did they, have tools to jimmy the door? How did it happen? When you have small kids, you're usually at home, and her mother and father were living with her. And before that, Miss Gomez was in the house, so they always had someone there. Part of me feels that they felt so comfortable not having on their cameras, all that good stuff, that they probably didn't lock their door either. Even Anilia's husband said before the burglary, he had a very lax sense of security, which lets me know he was slipping. But Anilia ended up leaving the home. Her and her kids, they went to visit her mother for 2 weeks while her husband upgraded their security system. And now there's cameras everywhere. Anilia and the children are trying to regain their sense of safety in the home. And she asked her husband, what enemies do we have? Then he references Quad's Christmas party and Toya. And that's how that scene ends. So next we have Dr. Jackie. She ended up hiring the doctor that she had interviewed last week. Jackie is happy that she has someone to take her workload, but she is also happy that she has someone that she can mold into her little mini-me. Jackie is showing the new doctor around the office, and the one thing that she keeps emphasizing is how organized she likes everything to be. From the supplies on the countertop to the speculums in the table drawer. She is 100% OCD about organization, and the show even did a flashback to confirm it. But after showing her around and checking her on putting the speculum back in the drawer wrong, she asked her if she needed anything. And the new doctor said, I'd love some pink gloves. To which Jackie said, those are too expensive, but we'll be happy to cut your pay if that's what you'd like. Old girl said, no, the purple ones are just fine. Then Dr. Jackie escorted her to her new office, and she gave her a gift, a goodie bag that actually contained a box from Gucci. Dr. Jackie pulled scrubs out the bag and said, here's a pair of scrubs. They are just like the ones I am wearing. I expect you to be cute at the hospital. Even though you're wearing scrubs, you can still be cute. Then she had her open up the Gucci box, which had a little crossbody Gucci purse in it. And new doc said, what am I supposed to put in it? Speculums? Dr. Jackie said, no, not speculums. She went, do I wear this at the hospital? Dr. Jackie said, yes, you'll see. So Jackie expects her staff to meet a certain standard in the office and at the hospital. So I hope this lady is ready. So in the next scene, we have Toya and Eugene. They are on their way to the grocery store. Their 12-year-old is having a co-ed dinner party, and I guess he's going to make dinner for all of his friends. But on the drive, Eugene lets Toya know that he's taken the job as the oncology urgent care specialist. And then him and Toya share a moment talking about he's going to have weekends off and some days during the week, and they can get back to dating and vacationing and having sex, stuff like that. But this job change seemed to happen relatively quickly. Eugene said that the hospital and being an ER doctor is chaotic and it's very understaffed, so he was ready to get out of there. But I don't know, there could be something more to it. The show gives us a flashback of him having two conversations, one with Dr. Damon, one with Toya. But we know that Eugene loved being an ER doctor, so maybe his leaving wasn't his choice. But either way, Toya and Eugene kept it cute and put it on mute, and that's how that scene ended. So next scene. Simone and Cecil FaceTime Omarosa. They are looking for some feedback on their book proposal. And she gets right to it. She tells them that there is a glaring omission in what she read. And she asks them, why did you guys consider divorcing in the first place? Simone says there are things surrounding their breakup that they're still not on the same page about. And she gave me the impression that she did not want to revisit it. And Cecil looked really sad in the scene, like he doesn't want to go back there either. In confessional, Simone says, if we finish the book, we finish it, and if we don't, we don't. Cecil said, damn the book, we need to go back to counseling. Omarosa says, y'all can't just share the good nuggets and leave out the bad stuff. Then she also told him that she was concerned for them, because if they haven't resolved what actually broke them up, writing about it could end their marriage. In the next scene, we have Dr. Jackie, who is downright giddy. She's at the office and she said, it is 2:30 and I'm about to leave. She said, it is daylight outside. I haven't gone home when it was daylight in years. So she's super excited, damn near skipping up to the house. And when she walks in, Curtis is there making a sandwich. She told Curtis to give me that sandwich, and then she started laying out what life is going to look like now that she can come home early. She said, I can drive those vintage cars that you got. We can travel. I can play golf with you. I can learn to play golf. Now, just 2 years ago, Curtis was saying that the reason he had an affair is because Jackie was never home and he didn't get enough time with Jackie. But now you can see his life flashing before his eyes. Jackie may be offering too much of herself. But either way, Curtis is playing along. He goes into a room, pulls out a gift for Jackie. It is her own golf bag. Then Jackie starts joking with Curtis, talking about, did you buy this for me? Oh my God, you have no idea how horny I am for you right now. And Curtis actually stops for a minute, thinks about it, and he goes, you're such a liar. Now that Jackie has a little more freedom on her hands, she makes everything about sex for some reason. But Curtis, knock-kneed self, snatched that golf bag right on up and put it back in the closet where he got it, okay? And that's how that scene ends. Then we got to see Toya and Eugene be proud parents at the birthday dinner. So Toya and Eugene sold their dream house to rent this big-ass house in the same neighborhood. Toya said that she wants to celebrate every aspect of their kids growing up, every milestone, high school graduations, prom, college, you name it. The only thing she doesn't want to see her son do is have sex. I feel like Eugene crosses his fingers and his toes when Toya talks in confessional. He's praying that she doesn't say something to embarrass him, but she does every single time. I will never forget when Dr. Contessa told Toya that they weren't on the same level, and she said, eagles don't fly with chickens. And Toya came back with, well, I'm a damn chicken hawk. Toya, there's no bird higher than an eagle. You learned that in the first grade. That was so embarrassing. But anyway, Toya said that the reason they buy the big houses is for the kids, so that the children can run through them, so that daddy can be on the grill, and that mama can be entertaining her guest. So Quad and Jackie pay a visit to Dr. Heavenly. Her mother just passed away. There's flowers everywhere. Quad actually said the house smelled amazing. Heavenly shared that her mother's deathbed request was that she mends things with her sister. So they're still, I guess, on the outs a little bit. She also shared that she went to a prophetess and that as soon as she walked in, she told her that she knew her mother passed away and that there was something wrong with her legs that didn't allow her to walk when she was on this side, but she is dancing where she is right now. That seemed to give Heavenly a peace of mind, but she said her sister is living in a haunted house since their mother passed. She said that things are jumping off of tables, curtains are moving by themselves, ice makers just popping on and off whenever it feels like it. So, Quad and Jackie joked that her sister just wanted a new house, and Quad said that if her mother really had a message from the other side, it would be to respect and love your friends more. In the last scene, Dr. Jackie has a get-together at her house. This is following a COVID vaccine drive where they all volunteered. Jackie thought it was safer to hold the event outside because they had all been in contact with random people at the vaccine drive, but it is cold outside. So Heavenly and her husband arrive and, the barbecue is cooking and she kicked right into gear. She's like, are you fixing your husband a plate, to Dr. Simone and to Dr. Jackie? Because Heavenly's philosophy, if you're not serving your husband, then he's not serving you. But Dr. Simone gets right in Heavenly's face, and I mean right in her face, and she is super candid. She's like, I give my husband whatever he wants, any position he wants it in, but we don't do that serving the plate thing. That's just not how we roll. And Cecil was sitting there with a cup of whatever brown liquor he drinking, like, what house do you live at? Because that doesn't happen at my house. And Dr. Simone went and got herself a plate. She didn't even ask Cecil if there was anything he wanted, okay? Same for Dr. Jackie. She didn't ask Curtis if he wanted anything. Toya and Eugene are the last to arrive, and when they get there, Cecil and Curtis are at the food truck. Toya asked where the ladies were at. Cecil said they're around the way, and he explained that OBGYNs don't fix plates, so that's why we are standing in front of this food truck. And then Toya looked over at Eugene and said, babe, can you get me a plate? Now, Eugene knew that was going to come with some backlash, but he got the plate anyway. In confessional, he said getting Toya a plate does not define his manhood, okay? And when he took that plate over to Toya, Quad, the only person there without a man, made sure to make a sound, to which Dr. Heavenly found hilarious. And if I'm not mistaken, one of Quad's problems with Dr. G, her ex-husband, was that he wasn't more attentive. So she might be a hater. Then Dr. Jackie calls Anila to see how she's doing following the robbery. Anila says she's not doing well. She still has a lot of, fears and concerns. She said they were the only house robbed that night, that they didn't have their cameras on, and that she believes she was targeted. Now, editing does this little cut where you could see Dr. Simone talking to Toya, and Toya starts laughing. But the way they put that in the scene made it seem like Toya was laughing at Anilia. I don't think that was the case. But in confessional, Quad says, ding, 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 in response to Anila saying she was targeted. Contessa in confessional says, targeted for what? I've known this woman for several years, and I've never seen her with anything that I thought I wanted. In Dr. Simone's confessional, she said, I didn't realize being a fashion blogger was such a dangerous job. And in Toya's confessional, she said she only had 70 followers, so no. But it's getting a little too cold outside, so Dr. Jackie wants to continue the conversation in the house. So Quad decides to tell everyone that Carrie said there was a hit on Anila's house. Dr. Contessa drops her head because she knows that Quad is a nasty piece of work. In confessional, Contessa goes to the Urban Dictionary to look up the word hit. She said it means to kill someone as a part of a finance murder or contract. Then she said, I think she's a bit delusional. Then Contessa asked Quad, how would Carrie know? Which is an excellent question because no one exaggerates more than Quad and Heavenly. They have a real knack for getting people emotionally involved in their storytelling. And even though people have pointed this out to them in the past, especially with Quad, like the mess she did with Mariah, accusing her of doing drugs, and even though she went and got a drug test, one of the best in the country, had her hair tested, and it came back negative, Quad still wouldn't take it back. Not to mention the mess she did with Lisa Nicole's husband when she accused him of being gay and brought that guy onto the show. Now, all the other ladies on the cast was like, Quad, you went too far. No, this is unacceptable. But for some reason, Quad believes she holds the bar when it comes to morality. Toya says stupid things in anger, just like Quad, just like Heavenly, but for whatever reason, those two will hold Toya's feet to the fire. And it's really weird. Anyway, Toya goes on to say that she had a party from 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. She was like, it was a 12-hour party. No one saw anything. And she implies that Anila may be lying about the robbery. But Dr. Heavenly throws it back in her lap like, isn't it ironic that you have this party and on the same day you had the party, Anila's house get broken into? Sounds like an inside job. Quad takes offense to Toya calling Anila a liar and said, well, you're a liar. Did your house get broken into? Toya says, you're a liar too. And if I'm setting people up to get their house broken into, baby girl, I would have had you set up a long time ago because you've been lying on me and my family for a minute. Quad said, I haven't said anything about you and your family. I don't even care about you like that. But in confessional, she says, I've heard from 1,000,001 people that Toya cheated on Eugene. Then Toya said, that's not what Heavenly told me. She basically said that Quad keeps her and her family's name in her mouth. And the way you were staring at that girl and grunting when her husband brought her a plate says that you do. Because if you didn't care, you would have missed it. Well, Heavenly does not want to own that she's been starting mess. So, of course, she gets extra hype. Starts talking about keep my name out of your mouth. Don't blame me for your relationship problems. That's not intelligent. And then in an effort to shut Toya's mouth up for good, because that's what bullies do, she said, I've heard a lot of rumors about you, and I haven't said shit. Then Toya says, I've heard a lot of rumors about you too. Then Heavenly says, you haven't heard anything about me. I'm not effing anybody but my man. Now she definitely knows that she went too far, so she grabs her coat and she tries to leave, okay? She's like, my mama just died. I don't have time for this. F y'all, kiss my ass and climb a tree. And she is trying very hard to get out the door, but she doesn't know how. Jackie bursts into laughter. She's laying her head on the table because Heavenly is a joke at this point. But Heavenly finally gets out of the house, okay? She needed some help, but when she comes down those stairs, she is fussing and cussing. All the husbands turn around to see what the commotion is about. Cecil is grabbing his head like, oh no, not again. Scott looks over at Damon and says, oh no, daddy, what's going on? Like, this is all you, okay? Dr. Damon is moving as quickly as he possibly can to escort Heavenly out of there. Heavenly starts screaming, this doesn't have anything to do with me. This is all Toya. My man's D is big, okay? Now Eugene is looking crazy because he knows that's a direct hit at him, okay? Then Quad chases Heavenly down before she leaves and she's like, this is not your fault. This was all Toya. Your mother passed away, so you have every right to react the way you're reacting, basically. And I'm thinking at this point, Quad is trying to save Heavenly from the wrath of Dr. Damon. He already told her that he was tired of her mess. He's tired of her getting into it every time they go somewhere, and that he is no longer built for all of that extra energy that Heavenly has. Cecil did the exact same thing the night of him and Simone's dinner party. He ran after Damon and told him to cut Heavenly some slack, that it wasn't her fault. You guys, there's a pattern here. I think Dr. Damon has made some threats. Then Contessa comes out. She also apologizes to Heavenly, told her that the second she saw her, she should have told her she was sorry about the loss of her mother, that she knows firsthand the emptiness she's going to feel forever because her mother is no longer there, and that their get-together should have been more focused on her instead of the gossip. All the ladies are outside of the house except for Toya and Simone. Toya is hurt, you can tell, and she asks Simone, why didn't you have my back? Simone stares in Toya's eyes and just says, listen to me, I know you're hurting, but now is not the time. Basically trying to get her together because you're an emotional person. If you go out there and you're still wearing all of that on your sleeve, they're going to come after you. In confessional, the husbands are asked to respond to Heavenly's big D comment. Eugene said, I guess someone should tell Damon congratulations, but really he should check Toya because she loves setting them up. Cecil just looks at the camera and says, and Curtis throws his hands up. Dr. Jackie said, I guess it's better than having a small one. And that is how all of that ends. But you guys talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about all of this. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, hit your notification bell, and I will see you all on the next one.